Hi everybody, it's Steve, and today I am going to be visiting a very cool place here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Somewhat of a rainy day today, so I'm glad to have an indoor adventure. Join me as we tour the American Sign Museum. There is a lot of cool roadside signage and some murals and stuff around here, and the outside of this place is amazing. So I do want to kind of tour around and show you a little bit of what they got going on outside. But you know, they got the roadside giants, and these murals are really cool. And you can see from this restored Holiday Inn sign, their hours are Wednesday through Sunday, 10 to 4. I get a feeling that we're just scratching the surface of this place. I mean, I can't wait to get inside. This is going to be so cool. Yeah, they got a lot going on out here on the roadside, just pulling up to it. You know where you're at as soon as you start approaching the museum. Right here, you can tell this used to be like an old factory. But, I mean, as soon as you get down towards this one end, you'll see what I'm talking about. I can't wait to show you this. It's so cool. They got signage here. But then as you start getting down towards the end, this says the Cincinnati Sign Garden. But yeah, Whirlpool, IGA, La Rosa's, just all these cool signs. An old Subway neon sign down there at the end. Penn Station, Skyline, which originated here in Cincinnati. There's an old Grater sign. Grater's Ice Cream's really big in Central Ohio. Now you can buy tickets online, or you can go in to the counter and buy them. And that's what I'm going to do. And I can't wait to see and take in some of the nostalgia and show you. So let's get inside. And this is the area off to the right of the ticket booth. And you walk up that ramp and you can start looking around. It's already really interesting. I can tell this is going to be so freaking awesome. And this is the first glimpse you get as you walk in. And it's so freaking cool. Look, there's an old Burger King sign up there. Oh, and look at this. Over here, you got Big Boy. Hey, Big Boy. Here's a Phillips 66 sign. It's kind of hard to take it all in because it's everywhere. There's stuff everywhere to see. I don't know if you can hear, but the lights, the old lights on this sign, you can hear them clicking on and off. That's so cool. Murals, pictures, wooden signs over there. Lots of stuff everywhere. It's really cool to hear like the buzzing of the neon in here. And here's an old Nabisco sign. Nabisco. All right, I think I'm in their Main Street area now. This place is so massive. It's hard to tell where to go, like which way to go, because you feel like you're going to miss something. I'm so scared I'm going to miss things in here. It's so amazing. This has been something I've wanted to do for a really long time, is come see this place. So I'm really excited to be here. Got this rotating satellite here. Satellite Shop Land. Okay. I'm not familiar, but it is all striking. Pretty amazing. Oh my gosh, it's Big Bear. Big Bear was a grocery store. Pretty big grocery store chain here locally in Ohio. That is so cool. I don't even know what to say. I never thought I would ever see one of these signs again, and it's pretty amazing. Here's the Skyview Motel. Some pharmacy signs. This huge sign here for Kona Lanes bowling alley. And then this really big golf neon. There's a lot of golf stuff in here, I noticed. I mean, here's one right here. So, Texas wieners, dinners, hamburgers. There you go. I've never heard of that, so I'm sure it's a thing. There's a sign for it. Look at this big wooden bottle of Coke. That's got to be like 9 feet tall. If you notice right here, they're vacuforms. So the Coca-Cola bottle is a vacuform. So they would put plastic over it, heat it up, and vacuum it down to form to the big Coke bottle shape. And then that is the O in the Kroger stores. That makes more sense because I was wondering why you have a big wooden Coke bottle. And then they have this drugstore set up here. This Main Street setup's really cool. It's set up to look like shops, gas stations and things to, to kind of showcase the signs they got. And it's pretty large. It's a lot to get through. Here's the huge McDonald sign that they couldn't display until they moved into this building and did the expansion. Over 99 billion sold. Man, that is huge. I'm guessing 20 feet or so tall. But then they have the plans for it. The blueprints for it right here. The design of the arch and everything. It's a 1963 McDonald's sign from Huntsville, Alabama. Huge. Little McDonald's guy's just running. Now, is that pre-Ronald McDonald? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. It's 1963 pre-Ronald McDonald. It never occurred to me there might be a time period before Ronald McDonald with them. So it's another look at that gas station setup. And here's the neon sign shop. And they actually do make neon signs in there. You can see their workspace. And there's some of their work. I'm not sure what this is for. Maybe it's just something they made. I don't know. It's really cool though. You can see some more of the signage for the Main Street area. 200 Main Street. This is a huge Howard Johnson's, but it's not the hotel or the motel that you might be familiar with. It's a restaurant. I wasn't aware they had a Howard Johnson's restaurant and ice cream shop. There's an old Zenith sign. I remember we had a Zenith console TV when I was little. There's a Papadina's Pizza and a Rose Hardware. Let there be neon. It's a giant bunny rabbit eating a burger. There's another big boy sign. This one's a little bit more worse for wear, but you can still tell what it is. And if you were ever curious about how Big Boy started, how Frisch's started, it gives you the roadmap to the whole shebang. So feel free to pause and read if you desire. So I believe they are actively working on restoring this old Frisch's mainliner sign. And you can see what it used to look like back in the day. It's an Army and Navy store. They've even got the windows dressed up. That's so cool. Here's some more signs that show from different periods. And it's really cool how they made this fit the whole Main Street vibe. Like there's just all these storefronts. So you remember I told you in the beginning that Mr. Swarmstedt founded this. So this part here is the family wing. It's just, I guess, an area dedicated to him and his family. You can see there's another big boy right there on the pedestal rotating around. It's a Loans building right underneath this Rosalind Drive-In Bakery. Here's a close-up of that big boy. He is making a lot of noise. He is grinding around. So nostalgic. I used to love going to Big Boys. They're still around. I don't go as much as I used to. There is so much to see here. There are multiple wings to this place, but it's just amazing seeing some of these old signs. It's very nostalgic. You guys got to check this out. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you get notified when we post more content, especially videos about this huge big boy. Not this big boy, that big boy. Now they do have QR codes that you can scan to learn more about the signs. But I'm just enjoying looking at everything. But you can, if you're curious, like I've never heard of this, or where'd this come from, or what's the age of this. Their QR code stuff will give you information, and maybe you're a history buff and you want to get into the backstory of some of these signs. If any of these signs look familiar to you and I'm having trouble placing them, make sure you leave a comment. Tell me where stuff like this is from. Like, I've never heard of Johnny's Big Red Grill. But I tell you what I have heard of. I've heard of 76. 76 gas stations were all over the place. Not anymore, but they used to be. Look at this Clover Delicatessen. That is very, very nostalgic. Love it. Sandwiches and soups to go. Unfortunately, you can't look into the diner. You can only see clocks and signs in the window. Ioka. That sounds familiar. Why should I know that? I feel like I should know that. I'm not really sure why. Oh, look at these old 3D glasses. This is set up like an old movie theater, the goodie stand. I don't know. What do you call it? Concession stand. God, can't think. But you can see they still operate out of here. There's a little bar restaurant on the other side. They actually have a little movie theater here.
I don't need to be thinking about what temperature the glass is when I'm bending. What I need to focus on is how it feels in my hands.
And they're telling you how to make the neon stuff.
Temperatures is kind of after the fact. So it's really a craft which you just get a feel for, and there's a little bit of visual change in the way the glass looks or glows.
That's pretty cool. You can kind of learn about it as you go. Main Street. Here's another look at that Clover area. Dolly Madison. I didn't know about their ice cream. I know Dolly Madison makes snack cakes. Janitrol gas heating. Oh wow. And it looks like they have a bunch of hand painted signage in this room. So these are all hand painted. I mean, obviously that's got to be a photo, but the rest of it's hand painted. Here's some more signs in a case here, just for display. You can see there's actually multiple contributing artists to this room. Still, I don't have a hand steady enough to be able to paint some of this stuff. That's remarkable to me, the precision, the detail. So I'm walking up to the other side of that movie theater concession stand so you can see what it looks like from the bar side of this little cafe they have. But you can see behind me here they've got seating for people to just kind of sit and enjoy. It's not open now. This might be a special event thing. I don't know. I haven't looked into it at all. I'm going to put a link to their website in the description so that way you can check out and plan your visit to the American Sign Museum, because I know the video isn't doing this justice. You're going to have to see it for yourself to get the full effect. But here's the bar. They have canned down there. They have a selection of pour drinks. And they do have some stuff on tap over here. And that's the options you have for the little cafe bar looking area here. Plus you get some cool murals to look at while you're relaxing. There's a pop sign and a Coca-Cola sign and Hobnob Coffee Bar. When somebody asks you, where's the damn theater? You can tell it's in Cincinnati. Just look for the sign. It's the damn theater. Oh, and by the way, they feature talkies. Some vaudeville, drugstore, Pontiac. An actual Pontiac sign, that's cool. Arthur Murray Dance Studio, it's got their sign in here. And the Barnum Duck Pen Bowling. I'm not sure what the Tot to Teen Village is, or if that's an actual thing or just a sign they're showing here. But there is a door and some roll-up doors here. Maybe they have something inside. Let's look. Yeah, it looks like a classroom. Interesting. Okay, you remember when I said I feel like I should know the Ioka? Well, I'm not really sure why I know it, but I knew it was a real place. And it was a historic cinema in Exeter, New Hampshire, operating from 1915 until they closed in 2008. It sat vacant for years, and then a local development group purchased the building in 2020. They transformed it into a modern complex. So it has retail, a basement restaurant, upscale condos, integrating modern living with the historic structure. And it even says online, when you look it up, that the famous neon lit marquee was saved and restored, now serving as a centerpiece at the American Sign Museum in Cincinnati, Ohio. Over here is the East End Cafe, stag only. In case you're wondering, they do have a couple different areas for restrooms here. I've seen at least 2 areas. There might be a third. If you find yourself needing a restroom in a pinch, there's on either end of the museum, and I think somewhere in the middle as well. I really like the Firestone sign. I mean, I remember them looking just like this when you walked in. The big neon red next to it, and the Firestone on the white tile. Nostalgia. They do have some souvenirs and stuff here in a vending machine. This little room here off to the side has some of the woodwork off of the sides of barns. So there's Rock City. On this side, they have the whole mail pouch mural that used to be on the side of a barn. You can see the actual barn door here. See the old hinge? That's really cool. I mean, how many times have these been duplicated in paintings and stuff like that? They actually have one here at the museum. There's an old Kroger sign. Provident Bank I'm not familiar with, but I am familiar with Chevrolet. There's an old GE neon sign. Wizard Records, tapes and CDs. I've heard of that. I couldn't tell you where one was at, but I've heard of it. And there's a Pizza King. That's pretty big too. That's a tall one. Some more signage here. Some of these were hand painted. So it's pretty amazing. Then look at this old popsicle mural that's on these wood slats. Looks like it was part of a fence or something. You caught that pure orange flavor. I'm just going to let it roll right here and let you see what I'm seeing as I'm walking through. As I go back through the museum, we've seen all the signs, all the neon, all the displays. So I'm making my way back out to wrap up the video. But again, I just wanted to show Speedee here on his McDonald's sign. Speedee was who they had before Ronald, I'm pretty sure. 15-cent burgers. That's a really cool sign. All right, big boy, we've seen all there is to see. We're going to head out through the gift shop. Any pointers for us, big boy? What should we look for in the gift shop? Anything? Are we welcome back, big boy? He says yes. That's where you check in and buy your tickets, but you exit through the gift shop. Not an expansive gift shop, but it's enough. It's enough. They have lots of children's toys here. Road trip bingo. Who remembers that? Say it in the comments. Who remembers? They got little wooden bird calls here and harmonicas. I like these metal signs too. There's more of them. You can get some Harry Potter stuff. On this old Goodyear rack, they hung their t-shirts. It's a pretty cool t-shirt. There's another interesting one. It's got all the signs and stuff in the background. The signs that shape our culture. They got a little Holiday Inn sign over here. They got some bags branded with the American Sign Museum on them. And they've got magnets. Of course, we're going to have to grab a magnet before we leave. But which one? They've got all kinds of cool ones. I'll have to think about this one. They have this old Coke machine. Old Coke cooler. And they've got more t-shirts back here. And sweatshirts. They got a couple books on different areas around the state of Ohio, but they also have their own book and a Route 66 book. Postcards for you. They've got some more metal signs here. They've got their own coffee mugs. They've got their own pens. They've got some more toys. And even more magnets. My goodness. How will I decide which one to get? Light up snowballs. We got a punching bag. Of course, you have to have Bigfoot. They've got socks. They've got retired light bulbs. You can buy light bulbs from the different signs in here. And I think that's kind of a cool idea to be able to buy the old used light bulbs. You have a piece of history. They've got glasses. They got a bit of neon on display. Looks like it's $100 for the neon light. Got more coffee cups. They've got more signs. And they've got a lot more magnets. Obviously, I want one that says American Sign Museum, so I'm not going to get the dogs welcome, people tolerated. I'm back outside now, and I just noticed this mural next to this gigantic bowling pin. He's a painting on a brick wall, making a painting on a brick wall. It's like Conception here. He's repainting his own sign. And by the way, I wanted to show you, this is the magnet that I went with. So there's a lot of magnets. Some of them didn't say Cincinnati, Ohio, and I always like to get a magnet that tells you where you're at, where it's located. So it was important to me that it say Cincinnati, Ohio on it. It's a cool hotel sign. Classic Pepsi sign alert. So awesome. What a really cool place. The American Sign Museum in Cincinnati, Ohio. Such a cool place. A lot of nostalgia. Really cool signs. Awesome neon. They restored that McDonald sign and it still had Speedee on it years before Ronald McDonald was a thing. So cool. So cool. You should really check this place out. It only costs about 20 bucks to get in. So for 20 bucks, you get to see all of it. And that's going to do it from the Holiday Inn. I'm just kidding. And that's going to do it for this video here at the Cincinnati, Ohio American Sign Museum. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure that you follow our channel. That way you get notified when we post new content. And make sure to watch out for our next video where we'll answer the question, where to next?